Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody this morning? So we got snow out there. Y'all got any snow? So check this out. You guys can go ahead and archive this. We're gonna talk about the books first because we're in a new year and I do have a lot of questions about the books. Okay, so if you guys still have your 2025 or your 2024, that's fine. But when you get ready to do your exam, I would prefer you have 2026 and the 2026 CPT, Hicks Picks ICT 10. If you do not, AAPC does allow you to use the year before, but we would prefer you to use the current year. And that's only because a code or two may have changed. Okay? A code of two may have changed. And in the classroom, I use the new books. So it's okay if you have an older book. It's not a problem because when you get ready to do your test, you'll have current. Now, I know some of you have ebooks. You can have the ebook, especially when you're doing the class. That's fine. But I would prefer you, even if you're in the classroom, to do the hard copy. Now, I send you ebooks because those ebooks are like a free sneak peek in there, and you get a good 35%, which will, give you kind of leeway until you actually get your own book. So, that's why I put those books up there. And I think all of them are there. I'm pretty sure they should be in the description below this as well. So, just kind of take heed to that. And you guys can go ahead and practice with that. Now, your CPC guide. You need to have your good morning. How are you? That's fine. No problem. I want you to do the archive, okay? Do the archive. No problem. And your CPC guide, you will need for the advanced courses. Okay, you'll need for the advanced courses. And the advanced courses are in the CPC guide. They will be complicit with your step-by-step book. So again, we are putting you in the right place. If you guys have any questions for me, do not fail to go on my website, and you can even DM me from there. Okay, you can DM me from my website. Okay, just let me put it in there. Tell me, what you need or what your question is. Those of you who are already in the Sapphire Academy, you can go into Sapphire Academy and go ahead and DM me from there. So my email is also physicians at Sapphire Coding. So some of you are better savvy at emailing. Here's my email. I'm putting it on the side. And again, the email should still be in the subscription. Okay, there you go. Now, you can, like I said, you can also get your books from elsevier.com. Okay, elsevier.com, that is where we get all the teacher books. Most schools have contracts with elsevier.com. I mean, they're not the only ones, they have other. But the general, we have elsevier.com. And you can also get your books from there. So the reason why I send you those ebooks that gives you at least 35 to 40% is so that you can take your time in getting your book. Okay, because I don't want you to have to rush when you're getting your book. So that's why I give you the ebooks. So if you do one, you do two, that's fine. You don't need to do all of them at the one time. Okay, and that takes a leeway off of you because you do have to do the books. Now, no, when you're in school, you have TAP and Pell or something like that. You may not have to pay for books. If you get financial aid and no TAP and Pell or something like that, you still have to pay for the books. It just comes out of your student loan. Okay, but that's another reason why I don't want you to have to get those books and pay a lot of money for those books. Okay, just get them one at a time. Now, some of you who have missed a class, or maybe you're starting the new class, or maybe you're new to Sapphire coding, you could always archive. Um, I try to make it so everybody can get these classes without, any fickle. Because you can, again, you can put them on your phone. You can, take it to work. You can go on your break and you can kind of look at them. Or you can kind of just do like an archive. Okay, so when we do the archive, you still need to have your books open. You still need to have your CPC guide. You still need to have some of the material that we have when you are in a classroom. So again, it's pretty much just like I'm in a classroom and you're sitting in front of me. I leave the message board open so you can, yes, ask questions. And again, you don't have to. You can, even if you're archiving, you can ask questions. I'm usually sitting at this desk most of the day. So eventually I will get back to you. If you send me a message on the website, sapphirephysiciancoding.com, I still will get back to you. They will forward that to me, or sometimes they may answer, or if it's a question that they can't, she'll send it to me. Okay. So the books are a part of your course. When you do medical billing, you need to have your medical billing books. So make sure you get those links below for those medical billing books. Um, the medical terminology, you guys know I pop this up all the time. That's the medical terminology book that you're going to use, okay? With your language of medicine. I'm going to show you what that book looks like. At the Sapphire Academy, the language of medicine book is actually free. I don't know. Yes, I do. I think it's about $100. You might can get it for $90 if you're not in the Sapphire Academy. Sapphire Academy are the resources that you're going to need to pass your exam, your CPC. So that's your go-to. That is your go-to. There are tests in there. There's EHR stuff in there. There's information in there to get you started, get you kick-started. Okay, and it is repetitious. It is the same setup as the CPT book. It is the same setup as the CPC guide. It is the same setup as the step-by-step book. It is the same setup as the language of medicine book. So nothing should be out of order there. Everything is complicit. Everything is in order for you to learn in a coordinated fashion. Okay, so when you get there, the first thing you do when you go to Sapphire Coding, you're going to download your orientation. In your orientation, the first thing that you should see is my mission statement. Okay, that's the first thing you should see, a mission statement. When you go to Sapphire Academy, a mission statement should pop up and your orientation should be downloaded. You should also see a syllabus in your orientation. Okay, the language of medicine book is free in that orientation. Okay. And again, you don't have to go as far as some of the other students. You can take this to the level that you want to. Okay. I'm a pop up language of medicine book just to kind of show you what it is. Um, so, that's one of the reasons why I chose to kind of take this the way I want to, because I want you to be able to get the books that you need at a slow pace, because there are a lot of books that you need, and because this is a self-paced type of course, um, you have to be able to no, that's a step by step. I'm about to change that. You have to be able to work in a certain manner where you're not stuck or you're not overwhelmed. Okay, and that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to be stuck. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. So for you to, to get the books, you just get them one at a time, or, that's why I put the ebooks up there for you guys to definitely use those ebooks, because the ebooks are quick. And it's for because we're online, it's quick and we're online. I have some of you that actually do get both. But everybody can't get both. The books are expensive. Everybody doesn't need both. That depends on you and how you want to get the books. Okay. So just be precarious in your study, your 2 hours, your hour with me. Okay. Just be precarious with that, because sometimes it just takes a little longer. It takes others a little longer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the link up there for the step by step book. I'm pretty sure it's down there, but I'm going to go ahead and put it up there. Okay, and you guys have had this already before. Is it still here? Yeah, it's still up here. Okay, so this is the step by step. The step by step book is your go to. Okay, it's your go to. The language of medicine, I'm going to put it up there. Okay, I may have to flip and log on again at the other part because I don't see it up there, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Okay, and here's the other one. This is your step by step workbook. So some of you who are in my class, or maybe you don't want to do my class and you want to work on your own. Here, use those books. Okay, use those books. If it's something that I know that you can use, of course I'm going to give it to you, because when you are doing a class, you have people who everybody can't come on at the same time. Maybe you're not sure what you need. I always have something below for you to work with. Even if you are in school already, it is okay. Whatever I have here that you need to use, go on and look at it. If you just need a brush up, go on here and look at what you need to look at. Because we are just now getting into more of the advanced classes, you can start that as well. So that's why I want you to make sure that you get your books. Okay. And again, especially, if you're working and you just need to put like $20 here, $20 there until you get enough to get your book, that's fine. But again, you could still use the ebooks. Okay. So, in this morning's class, we're just pretty much doing our rundown. So all of you should have the ebook for the step by step. I'm gonna go ahead and put the step by step book up there. Even though it should be below, I'm gonna go ahead and put it up here because this is the material that you're going to need. Okay, so I will put the other one up here too. I must have took down the other image. I'm going to go ahead and put it back up there because I'm looking at an image from the other day. All right, so this is the ICD-10, and this is how it looks. I mean, this is how it looks when you go into a Kindle. And again, if you want to purchase your book from Kindle, when you get this link, all you do is click purchase. There you go. All you need to do is click purchase if you choose to get this book from there. I'm gonna give you the Hicks Picks book because again, you working in an online classroom is not a big deal. You can use an ebook. It's the same thing in the ebook that's in a hard copy. But when you take your test, you have to have a hard copy. So if you want to get both, that's up to you. But this is a link for you to purchase a book from Kindle. Okay. I like the good thing about Kindle is you might have a group of your girlfriends and everybody's together and everybody can look at the same book pretty much. You know, as far as the Kindle. Now we're not in medical insurance billing. We've already finished with that, but here's the link for medical billing. These are the two books that I use for the medical billing course. Okay. Now again, if you want to go to Elsevier, you can. But these links are for the ebooks, okay? Elsevier.com also has the ebooks, okay? They also have the ebooks. My books are a little bit different from yours because they are instructive books. But when you get your books, they will be formatted for you. Let me get that. I'm going to put that link right here. And also, even if you go someplace else and get your books, here is your ISBN numbers. For those books as well. So it makes it a lot easy when you have the ISBN numbers because you can put that number in wherever you need to and you can go ahead and get your book. So I'm just going to put this in here. So those of you who may be taking the course independently, I know I've got a class at 10 o'clock. I've got a Zoom at 10, so I got to be finished by 10. I'm gonna try to put this up quick. So what I'm dropping up right now is ISBN, and this is for anybody. It doesn't. I don't care whose channel you on. I don't care who's whatever. We all the same. Teachers are all the same. This is for you. So if you need to get your book, that's your ISBN number. Now remember, the step-by-step book is your go-to. is your go-to. You have to read this book. This is what we go over in classroom. Remember what I said. When you're reading and when you're studying, no matter what it is, until you feel comfortable with what you are studying, do not stop. This is the language of medicine right here. Do not stop. When you feel like, okay, I know that. Okay, I know that. That's when you got it. That's when you move on to the next module. So, let me see what's next. That's the CPT. Okay, so we'll get that. When you move on to the next module, when you feel comfortable with the prior one, okay? Because sometimes when you read, it just feels like you're reading to read. Okay, let me read this. Okay, I'm finished. I'm through. No, that ain't gonna work. When the teacher give you something to read, she don't want you to just read it and get through with it. And that's the reason why I always ask for summary. So the summaries, make sure you guys do the summaries too. At the end of each module, um, Sapphire Physician Coding is supposed to do. I also have the ISBN for the Hicks Picks. I'm gonna give you all that right now. They're supposed to do a summary. And the summary just tells me that she's comfortable. If you copy and paste something from something to tell me, what Medicare is about or what the ICD-10 guidelines where they came from, and you copy and pasted it, it's you just gonna be cheating yourself. So I don't want y'all to do that. I've seen that. I mean, you talk about grown folks, 35, 40 years. This type of stuff some students give me, and I'm like, all right. So what she want me to do with this? Because if you really want to be a coder, if you really want to be a medical biller, you're not going to cheat yourself. Especially if somebody's giving you something. If somebody's giving you something that's going to help you make money, that's different. Okay? Don't sleep on that. So the purpose of me doing that is to assure that you are doing your homework. Assure that I don't know who that is. Assure that you are doing your work. Okay? So I've got my book open and we are in surgical section. We've already done with that. We've already done with Integumentary. But at this point now, we have to hit the CPC guide. So the CPC guide, I want you guys to also look at. I'm gonna jump over here real quick and see if they have this one in here. So, you know, Amazon has. I hit Amazon for everything. I know I do. I hit Amazon for everything. Um, Especially like I said, 4 or 5 in the morning, you can hit Amazon, gonna have something you need. Okay, but I want y'all to make sure that you know what you're doing when you go in there. Don't click because there are times when people click and it's something they don't want. I did that the other day. I was just looking at something and it all of a sudden I bought it and I'm like, well, I just looked at it and somebody told me if it says something, if it turns blue and you click it, you automatically buy it. And I was like, that's the first for me. So just be careful what you're clicking on. All right, I'm gonna type in 2026. Again, you could have 2025. It's not a big deal. But I'm just looking to see if they got the new one on Amazon. If you don't see, I don't see the new one. If you don't see that new one, okay. If you don't see that new one, okay, they got the PCS. So I don't do PCS. Hema does PCS, but there is a small section of PCS in there. That's hospital coding. It's ICD-10 PCS. I don't know. I think I didn't I order that one. I gotta see. I'm gonna order that one. So that one is 111. It's 111 on a spiral. That's bucks. So I'm on Amazon. So I'm just kind of looking around to see what else you guys can actually get. I'm on Amazon. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with this. The book is a 2022 and they want $229 for it. Something's wrong with that. Something's wrong with that. I can't show it because I can't show it to y'all, but the book is in 2022. Okay, let's go to. So I want y'all to go to. So y'all will follow me. Okay, I don't need to put anything up here. Go to aapc.com and you're gonna find a book. www.aapc.com. There's a chat link that I did for aapc.com. I'm going to put that chat link up there. Where is it? That's a chat that we did. We did a Q&A on AAPC. This is the link right here for that chat. And this chat, I know he's taking. I know this is like a buzz reminding me I've got a 10:05 meeting. Okay, so that's the link. So I got to get out of here in like 35 minutes, but I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back probably later on this afternoon. But that's the AAPC Q&A. That AAPC Q&A lets you know about that exam. I just wanted to pop in so I could see if the book is on sale. Sometimes AAPC will have a special sometimes. Now AAPC does have they have something going on with a 50% off, and I hope the test is included with that because the exam is almost like $400 some dollars. But again, that's your life, so start saving that money now. Start saving that money now. Okay. So when you go to AAPC, go to shops. I'm looking for the guideline, not any CPTs or anything like that, because you guys are going to need your CPC guideline with this class. Okay, because only reason is because I did not see it on Amazon, which that's kind of weird that this book is not on Amazon. It's always on Amazon. But anyway, you still can go to AAPC and go ahead and get your CPC guide. I know a lot of you already have your guide. Some of my girls already told me, guys too. Okay, so when you go, even if you want to do your CPT, you can get your CPT book here as well. Sometimes they'll have bundles. I'm looking at a 2025 bundle, $159. You can't beat that. That's I've never seen it that cheap before. I've never seen it that cheap. So, here, this one, it also has the Hicks picks in there, 284. So again, you can go to AAPC and look at what they have in there. Okay. I'm just gonna kick over here and all right, so I'm gonna put this up for you guys. Where is it? So AAPC has every that's who we testing with, okay? That's what we represent, that's what we testing with. You can also buy your books there as well. So let me see what's going on. Okay, so that's still there. Okay, I gotta go. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's not a big deal. I don't really have anything up. Let me see. Shh. Let's get rid of that, 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 that. Let's get rid of that. So we did restream last night. That's why that one is still up. Okay, so let's go in here, and I just want to put on the coding because a lot of you are asking me, you know, should you take both? Should you take one? Should you take two? That's up to you. This is usually what happens. But see, because I have multiple things that I do, I have an MBA in accounting. So that's the reason why I do the financial analyst. If you're just going to do the coding and stick with the hospital, you can do as many as you want. CPB, COC, CPC, whatever you want. I'm going to show you right now. I have girlfriends that have a multitude of certifications. And I'm telling you, once you do one, forget it. You're going to want to do a few more. Okay, let me go in here. For some reason, my Mac source dropped out. So I've got you guys on a few lines. But I'm going to pop in and pop out real quick. Dashboard coding study guide. That's what we want. Okay, we just want that real quick. And then I'm going to slide this down. So you might see me messing around in here, which I did this before I came on because I hate messing with this when I already have you guys on. It's like a pain in the swash. So I know because I don't like interrupting your class. So this is what I want you to look at. So we got the swash up there. I'm calling it swash. We got it up there. And so a lot of this is here. You go here. www.aapc.com. These are my best friends. Okay. Once you do one certification and you start getting that itch that you want to do more, you will. So here is your CPC study guide. Okay, I know, because we're like, shh, you should see my girlfriends. They are cold crazy. This is your Bloomfield right here. Okay, Bloomfield, Connecticut. I worked in Bloomfield before. Okay, so you have your CPC guide 2026. You have your COC 2026. Your CPPM, okay, which I don't really know, but you can look at them. Okay, you have your RCM. If you guys are gonna go further, go ahead and do the RCM. But our goal is your CPC and your CPB. So you will have two study guides for that. Okay, you have two study guides for that. I know I already did a chat for this, but I just wanted to kind of go back. I got a lot of questions on this one right here. Okay, so I use a physical book of this. I'm not even sure if they have the ebook. I don't know if they have the ebook or not. But this is your study go-to right here. Okay, that's your go-to. Okay, just make sure that you get the one that you're studying with. Okay, that's who you're taking your test with. All right, so that is what we're working in right now. That's what we're working in. Okay, if you haven't got it, just give yourself some time to get it. So I'm not sure why it's not on Amazon, but maybe they just don't have any. They have one on Amazon that's almost $250 for 2022. I'm not sure. I've never seen anything like that before. This book is like $100 and something. So and I don't know where they got $200 and something from. So don't do that. Okay. So again, that's your CPC information there. The book, the link that I put up there says AAPC Q&A. That's a chat that we did on the Q&A. So it's very interesting and very, very fun. Very fun. Coding is going to be fun. I figured out a way to give you guys tests. I have a Zoom at 10:05, so I'm not able to go through everything this morning. But some of you who are just joining my class, some of you have never joined the class before. I've got to, at least do the introduction to you as far as the books is concerned. Okay, so because you're gonna struggle a little bit, but make sure you guys open that panel on the side. I put the links there for easy access, and they're also below. If you need to send me emails, physicians with an S at sapphirephysiciancoding.com. Okay. So just remember that. Okay. If you guys are wanting to do, did he do a doc for me? No. Wanting to do the insurance, I'm gonna put my email up here for that. Because I do have some of you that want to do the insurance, and I will put you in the right place on that. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. So if you want to sign up for that, that's fine. Okay, the exam for that is not as much as the CPC. The exam for that, I think, is like $67. That depends on which state you're in. But again, you want to do the insurance portion, let me know. Like I said, I know a few of them, some of y'all in my classroom that do insurance. It's just another trade for you guys to do. So let's move on. Let me get y'all in the right place. So again, go ahead to AAPC, and you're going to take a look at that so that you can kind of get a feel of what you're getting into. And again, you don't have to. You don't have to take a CPC. I don't want to scare y'all. You don't have to take CPC. You could do the CPB if you just want to do the CPB. I don't know where my mic is. It must have flipped off somewhere. Okay, I hope y'all can hear me. I don't have it on. Okay, so it's your CPB or your CPC. That is the language of medicine book. Okay, this is a book that you will learn language of medicine with. Okay, this is what you will use with that. So YouTube, you see this? This is Miss Lambert's book. Yeah, it took me a long time to do this book. Okay. And the reason why, this is part of the series. There's an 18 series that I'm making. Okay. That I'm creating. I didn't intend to put tests in this book, but I put them in there so that they can be susceptible to you YouTube. I don't care. This, remember we said we changing world education. Okay. You can get this book from Amazon. You can type in my name, Lisa Lambert, or you can type in Sapphire Physician Coding. All of my books will pop up. This is the one for medical terminology, okay? Because I can't give you tests on YouTube. So this is the only way I can think of to give it to you, okay? All of your tests are in here. This will get you savvy, okay? But you need this with that. You need that language of medicine book with it, okay? That book that book comes with, I got makeup on my hand. That book comes with the Sapphire Academy. It's already in there. To do the Sapphire Academy, you need to go to sapphirecoding.com. Okay? So that is, my quick introduction for you guys for this morning. Remember, that's the language of medicine book. If you go to Elsevier, you can get it. I'm gonna put that link up there right now for Elsevier. Okay, so you, like I said, you also can go to elsevier.com and get that book. If they ask for your school, say Sapphire Physician Coding LLC. I have 100 links in here with that on here. Okay, here it is. So I'll go ahead and we'll put this up in case you want to go to elsevier.com and get your book. So yeah, I got a couple of things for you to get your book. You can go to www.ama.com and also get your book. Those are the creators of the CPT book. They may direct you to Amazon because Amazon has partnered with them to sell their book. Okay, so that's the books. Okay, and if you know somebody who is not sure about the billing, not sure about the coding, make sure you get them to my medical billing and coding Q&A book. Okay, this is how do we code, this is what do we do, this is what is revenue code, this is what is HMO, what is PPO. Okay, even though you have that already, but before you start, big giant class or even my class, and you just want to know about the program, well, what is it? I don't want to start a class if I don't even know anything about it. You need to buy this book. Go to Amazon.com. Okay, now this is a human body book. Okay, this book, I love this book. You don't have to get this book, but I'm just giving you an idea of a lot of the tools that I use in my classroom. I have stuff all over this desk, but this is like my go-to. The reason why I like this, because look at the pictures. Look at the pictures, all those illustrations in there. Now, your language of medicine will have the same type of illustrations, even worse. But this one, boom, you can throw it in your pocketbook. You can sit down and read this sometime. And, and I talk to a lot of people. And I am like a picture person. I have to see what's going on. Now, when you're doing my life insurance class, you ain't get pictures like that. I'm expecting you to read what you got to read and be done. Okay. This, you have fun with the coding. The insurance, I'm recruiting for the insurance. I need at least 10 people. Okay, I need at least 10 people. Okay, well, I need more than that, but I want 10 people. Okay, and once I recruit you for that, you can go wherever you want to as far as doing your business, because you're basically doing the business. I'm opening up my insurance business to you. Okay, so I want you to join my team. But again, what you're going to do with that is still like modules, and you can get as many books as you want to help you. Y'all know I'm a book person. Okay, so I'm just going to throw this in. If you want to join my team, first we're going to be talking about how do you complete an application, what is underwriting, what is the process of delivering an insurance policy, types of insurances, types of life insurances, policies and provisions. We're going to talk about riders. We're going to talk about retirement and other insurance concepts. And we're going to talk about laws and regulations in, I'm in Georgia. Okay, so you're going to have to do that part on your own in your state, but we will do it as a team. So yes, I am recruiting for insurance agent. I'm recruiting for insurance agent, and then if you recruit with me, I'm going to show you what other things that we do. So it's not just you doing life insurance. It's you're going to be creating your own business. Okay. All I'm doing is signing you up, and we're just doing just like I'm doing right here. We're doing our team, and you are going to be building your own business. Your underwriter company is Primerica. My email is right there. You will have your own email. I'm going to put mine right here. I'm going to put my website right here. If you are, retired, if you want to do your own business, if you say you are ready to go out there and build what you need to build and make your way, then there you go. That's my website right here. Here's my Primerica email if you want to do that. And that is, a way for you to break into another profession if you choose to. Okay? If you choose to. If you choose to do both, the coding and insurance, do it. Do it. Do it. Okay? So that's the introduction right there. Now, we are in the surgical section. So if you guys got your books, I'm just going to put you in the right place till later on because I got about 20 minutes. And I know when they tell us we have a meeting, it's quick. We got a meeting. Okay. So in your step-by-step book, I want you to start studying, because I got a lot of you that just joined this class. So I do want you to start studying that aspect. I'm trying to figure out why is this here. Okay, of the surgical section. Now, if you did not get in on the beginning codes, yeah, I am going to need you to review because a lot of stuff I'm going to talk about you may not be clear on. Okay, so I'm going to open this one. So I'm in a step by step. Okay, and again, you can do 4 or 5 classes, okay, a day. Even though I'm doing like an hour or 2 hours, you still will be working on your own. Okay, follow the chats. All of my chats are in order. Okay, so let me see if we can get this. Let me see if we can get this up here. And I don't need to put this up here because you guys already have your books. Okay, you guys already have your books. I'm just trying to make sure we're in the right place. So these are the surgery guidelines. And it's just like any other guidelines. It's putting you in the right place. Make sure that you know your ICD-10 guidelines, okay? Make sure you know them. So you guys remember last night I said I was going to pull this out to show you the tabs I'm talking about. You see these tabs in here? This you could do. This you can. So when the proctor checks your book, she's going to be making sure you don't have these in there. You can write in your book just to give you little hints. That's why I want you to take your time with this class. If you write this much, you're going to say, no, you can't take the test. Just, okay. Wherever you want, okay. There are pages in here that you can write on in your ICD-10 book. Find that blank page and you can write a few notes on there. Okay. No, she ain't gonna be an expert to be looking one page to page, but you remember where you put your notes at so you can get through. Okay. So this is why I don't use it, but this is your ICD-10. Okay. Get the book so you can do your study. We've already done ICD-10, but we're going to be doing that throughout the course. So the first part of each section, let's say integumentary system, CPT, and then your ICD-10. So both of them will be combined. So when you get your book, when you get your CPC, okay, and again, it does not have to be brand new. I mean, you can get in 24, you can get 25, it'll be okay. And it hasn't changed that much. If you see a code in there that's changed, you already got your new coding books, okay, with the new stuff in there. All right. So being that we've already done that section, I still need you to go over that because right about now you should start feeling comfortable. Okay. Now in your CPT book, when we get ready to start, the business of medicine should have been done already because I usually combine the business of medicine. The business of medicine is the first chapter in your guidelines. Yes, you ought to read this because what's in here is even a little piece about AAPC. And in the older books, it's not going to tell. I'll tell you, if you got an older book, I'm going to tell you what the capacity is and when it started. It all should be in there because you may get a question on when did AAPC start. You know what I'm saying? So it might say that. So that's why you have to read that first portion. But when you get to chapter 3, because we've already done this. We've already done this. Chapter 3. All right, I missed chapter 2. Hold on. Chapter 2 is medical terminology. We've already done that. Okay. Chapter 3 was ICD-10. Introduction to ICD-10, overview of ICD-10 layout, the tabular list of ICD-10, right? We've already done that. So if you guys missed the ICD-10 class, go back to it. We talked about sequela. We talked about multiple coding of single conditions. We talked about what is laterality. I know it can't nobody pronounce it. Okay. My favorite one that we always talk about is sequela. That will more than likely be on your test. What is sequela? A sequela is a late effect. Okay, it's a late effect of a residual that happened maybe years before or months before. A sequela is the residual effect after the acute phase of an injury or illness has terminated. Okay, so yeah, you're going to make sure you retain that. It's not in your CPT book. So when you see a lot of these definitions that you see in the CPC guide, that is what you need to retain. Okay. As far as the CPC, the CPT stuff that's in there, you don't need to retain the codes because you're gonna find the codes that are already in there. So that's our chapter. That's our chapter 3. Okay. That was your introduction. And when you get to the glossary parts, make sure you put them on index cards, okay? Put them on index cards so that you can have them, okay? You're going to do it the same way we did this, okay? Put your little sticky on there so you know which one of these is your index cards. So you're going to have one of these for female reproductive system. You're going to have one of these for cardiovascular system. You're going to have one of these for respiratory system. So those of you who are getting back into the game, I want to see each one for each section. So your index cards will be here. Your index cards will consist of what is in the CPC glossary. Okay, any definitions that you see in there that you know you need to retain, you'll make it. This is $1 and this is $1 too. So you're going to spend $2 for each section. That's how I want you to study. Okay, that's how I want you to study. So, it's gonna be a long task if you have not gotten to the class when we first started. If you haven't, all you're going to do is archive. Okay, chapter 5 is integumentary system. Okay, chapter 5 is integumentary system. Chapter 4 is where we are right now. Okay. That's where we are right now. Okay, so if you have your book, you can go ahead and open it, and I'm just putting you in the right place until we're gonna come back in probably this afternoon. So 4, Introduction to CPT Surgery Guidelines, HCPCS Level 2 and Modifiers. Okay, that's what we can ready hit today. Okay, Introduction to CPT. Okay, you've already had Introduction to CPT. This is an addition. Okay. CPT conventions, iconography. We've done all of this, but this is going to be your recap because we are starting in the CPC guide. Okay. I don't think it's that bad, but you definitely gonna have your CPT book, okay? And did I put the link? I put the link up there for CPT, okay? Because when I get to codes, you guys are going to have to look for those codes. You're going to have to look for those. I don't know why it looks like I'm slowing down or something. Okay. So just make sure that you have the material that you need to do the class. If you don't, go ahead and use the ebooks that are up there. The only one that you guys don't have is the CPT book. I want you to get that one in hard copy if possible. Okay. So, I'm just pulling my book up. And the surgery guidelines we have done. Okay, this is the workbook that I am looking at, and you guys have already done the surgery guidelines workbook. Okay, I'm just kind of backtracking on that because that's where we had left off. We were showing you. Okay, so now I'm just pretty much going to the reading section. Okay, and you should be same section I'm on. Hold on, let me get to it. And if you look in your CPT, your step-by-step book, you can see all the sections that we're getting ready to hit. We already did anesthesia. Okay, so if some of you, I don't know why that's up there. Hold on. Okay, if some of you have missed that class, go back and do the anesthesia chat. Okay, go do the anesthesia chat, because in the anesthesia chat you have exercises to do in that well. This is getting you up to where we are. Okay, so this is why I have open enrollment, because it is an online class and we have archive instructions. When we have archive instructions, it gets you to where we are now. This, I don't know, which class is this, y'all? This is class 31, isn't it? I think this is class 31. So, class 31. I'm putting this here to remind you guys how much you missed and what you do have to archive. Now, this is just decoding classes. This is not the medical terminology. This is not the medical billing. The medical billing has about 15 classes. The medical terminology has about 24 or 25. The coding class will have double what you see right now, if not more, if not more. Okay, so I'm opening the forum for questions. Okay, I'm just kind of taking a 2 minute, and I'm leaving that open for you for questions. Twitch, you're on this too, so Twitch, ask questions. Okay, ask questions. Okay. I'm not gonna do a 15. Sometimes I'll do a 15 minutes when we do 2 hours. When we my hand is itching. When I come back from the meeting, I don't know what time I'm gonna come back from the meeting, but it's gonna be the same chat up there. It's just gonna say 2. It's gonna say coding class 2, and I'm gonna put this back up there. Okay, because we didn't get a chance to do, because this is a long class. This class today is going to be about 3 hours. Okay, so again, while I am on this break, look at your books. Okay, I don't know if everybody, a couple of you guys are at work today, but I'm going to come back on, so don't worry about it. If you guys are at work, it's okay. I'm going to come back on. Okay, so again, that was anesthesia that we went over. I want you guys to go ahead and backtrack on the anesthesia. This is evaluation and management. We did evaluation and management. Backtrack on evaluation and management if you are new to the class and you're trying to catch up with us. Okay, you kind of trying to catch up with us, you've got to go through these chats. Okay, evaluation and management, we already did. Okay, so just go through your book. We did everything in the step-by-step book. Okay, some of you, again, who have just come in, we're heading for the surgical section. Okay, which we've already done. And the surgical section gives you insight on how you're going to do the coding. Okay, how you're going to do the coding. Okay, I know sometimes I don't leave that picture up there. I usually kind of change the back picture and take me off, which I'm not supposed to be sitting up there all that time, but because I'm already down here in the window. But I forgot to take me off. The next one I'm gonna take me off. Okay, so in the surgical section, it's going to say Introduction to Surgery section. Now, in your CPC guide, you have Introduction to CPT. Okay, because in this whole section, it's Introduction to CPT, Surgery, HCPCS, Level 2, and Modifiers. This one says the same thing. It's just giving you everything in a whole. Okay, so this is what you're going to read tonight. Okay, chapter 4 in your CPC guide and chapter 5 in your CPC guide. Okay, that's what you're going to do. The organization of the CPT code book, they're going to tell you how this book is in order. And 9 times out of 10, AAPC is going to give you questions on this. What are the category codes? Where is the guidelines? Where is the table of contents? Where is, conventions? What is this? What is category 3? Category 3 codes are temporary codes assigned by AMA for emerging technology services and procedures. Category 3 codes are alphanumeric with the letter T in the last position. If you have something like that on your exam, you've got to know. It'll say, what is a category 3 code, right? And APC will give you multiple choices. You've got to pick which one. So that's the reason for this study guide. If you read it 4 times, you should be good. You're not going to read it 1 time and be okay. But some people can do that. When you read, take it in. Take it in. When you get to the back, when you get ready to do your questions. Okay, I know I got 10 minutes. I got to go to the meeting, but I'm coming back. When you get to the back, when you get your questions and you look at the rationale to check it, I want you to make sure you read the full rationale. Okay, CPT appendices, Appendix A, Appendix B. Appendix A is modifiers. Appendix B, summary of additions, deletions, and revisions. Okay, you are not going to have this with you. You're not going to have this with you. That's why it's crucial to read your CPT book from front to back so that you know where these are. So when you do get them on the test, you can flip to them real quick. These is what we're going to call open and closed questions. So when you get a question about the appendices, the category 3, category 2, those are open and closed questions. Boom, you're going to answer them and keep it moving. Okay, your coding, no, those are not open and closed questions. And so you've got 10 coding questions. Let me see. So this is good. That's why y'all gotta have your book, okay? So the first one, we're not gonna go over it, but this is the first case that they have, and it's fairly small. We going through Integumentary, but I'm just shooting this out here because I gotta make this class short. So an 11-year-old female presents to the doctor's office with 2 dark lesions and a skin tag on her back. The 2 lesions on her right upper back are punched biopsied. The skin tag, when we read, you wonder what that is. The skin tag on her back is removed by electrocauterization. You see why you need to know your medical terminology? You must know what that is. Electrocauterization is like a little bulb. There's heat on it. It'll burn it off. Okay, I'm just giving you this before I go to the meeting. The procedures are coded as the same way you see them in this CPT book, CPC guide, is the same way it's going to be on a test. A, B, C, D. They all have integumentary codes in them. Integumentary system starts with 1. Okay? So you're in the 10,000 series for this integumentary system. But we are going to go through, we have, how many cases do we have? We have 10 cases. So like I said, this is your advanced portion of your class. So when I come back for the class, this is a 3-hour class. So I have a meeting at 10:05. So I have to go, and then you guys are gonna see that thumbnail that I'm gonna put up there. Okay. I know. Okay. So again, when you get to the glossary as well, those are your index cards. Okay. Anything that you have not retained from the language of medicine class, you go ahead and put it on the index card so you can actually remember it. Okay, so you can remember it. Okay, so what else is in here? So they have a lot in here. So you're talking about pressure ulcers, breast, burns, local treatment, moles. We talked about moles last night. Destruction. So integumentary system, if that's one of your hard parts, this is for my girls who've already taken their tests. Go to AAPC, which you should have anyway. If you've taken your test and you failed your test, this is who I'm talking to. Look at your lowest scores. Look at your lowest scores, okay? Because if you've got less than a 70, it's going to show you where your weak points are. Okay, that's where you're going to make your strongest. If you didn't do too good in integumentary, that's where you need to produce your strongest. Okay, if you didn't do good in cardiology, that's where you need to produce your strongest. Okay, medicine section is open and closed questions. Okay, open and closed questions. Okay, necropsy, pathology, panels, mycology, study of fungi. These are what I want you to put on your chest. Oh my God, quantitative. I'll tell you right now, that one is on the chest. Okay, test identifying not only presence of a drug, but the exact amount present. Now, qualitative, test determining the presence or absence of a drug. Both of those are index cards. I know I got 3 minutes. Both of those are index cards. Okay, clear. Make sure you get the clear down. SLIA. This is the stuff that we're gonna go over when I come back to class, y'all. Okay. Um, this is actually in the back. The path. Let me tell you. I'm pipping in pathology because that's gonna be one of your hardest ones. Pathology, radiology. Okay, and a pathology, radiology, more than likely anesthesia. As far as integumentary, cardiovascular is going to be the longest. Muscle skeleton, I don't think it'll be bad. The only thing with integumentary, you might have a fickle with the rule of nines. Okay, I know. See, they gonna ask you what's the rule of nines, y'all. Okay, so if y'all are sticking it with me, and I've only got 2 minutes left, that's what we're going over. So go over chapter 4, chapter 5, integumentary, integumentary, and your guidelines. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you send me an email. You can also DM me. Okay. DM me with any questions that you may have. Okay. I put the books up there for you. Those of you who have never been in my class before, look at those books. Okay, look at those books. Get an idea of what you're looking at, what you're getting into. Maybe you don't want to do the coding. Maybe you just want to do the billing. You guys see the CPB guide up there and the CPC guide. Some people, you're going to struggle to get to where you need to. Look at Tyler Perry. How long did he say he had to sleep in his car? Look at Lizzo. She slept in her car too. They did what they had to do. Sometimes you have to have support. Sometimes you have to, stay with people to get where you have to get. I stayed with my sister for a long time. Nobody really knew what I was doing. They just knew that I stayed, with my sister. I stayed with my sister for a long time. I won't say stayed because she and I actually got the house together. It's her house, though. It's her house. But had she not supported me through making Sapphire, I would still be creeping and making it. So trust me, you still have to have somebody in your corner. Okay, if you're going to do your own business, if you're going to do the life insurance, ride with me. If you're going to do the coding, ride with me. If you're going to do the medical billing, ride with me. No, I'm about the realest teacher you ever going to meet in your life. Trust me. It's nothing, been there, done that. Okay, go to a medical billing school. Y'all come back and tell me what they got. I guarantee you we'll put it in there. If it's going to pertain to you passing your CPC. I don't care if you have a degree in billing and coding. To me, it can't do anything for me. I need to make sure you can pass an exam. You have to pass that CPC. Okay, that's what I need you to do. We are changing world education. That's what we are doing. Okay, I want to see people in this class. I want to see people subscribe to my channel. I want to see y'all looking at the videos. They always ask me, do you like YouTube better than Twitter? Do you like Twitter better than Twitch? YouTube, I'm going to tell you, is the best one that you can get on. Because YouTube will get you noticed. YouTube will teach you. YouTube has so much education on it, it is ridiculous. It's too much. I want you to make sure that you get in on the coding, get in on the billing, get in on everything that they can give you. Okay, if we didn't think YouTube was too much, we wouldn't be doing YouTube. We wouldn't be doing YouTube. Those people would not be on YouTube. Go type something in. Higgs Pix level 2. Type it in on YouTube. I bet you YouTube have something in there. Because that's what y'all know. I tell y'all that all the time. I know. I got 3 minutes. They say 10:05. Type in any type of surgical procedure. Okay, you can find it on YouTube. Okay, other people you can't find that on Twitch. Now Twitch, I love the Twitch because people find you. You can help people all over the world. You can help as many people who need help, especially on YouTube. You see the guy that was on my Twitter where they found him, his mom and stuff like that. I love that. And they were like, well, why did he do that? Because he just wanted views. No, that's what social media is for. They found this guy, they helped him. That's what it's for. If this is not for you, then you move on to something else. That's what social media is for. It has so many open doors for people. Um, you can tell me the million years before Facebook. I think Facebook was one of the first ones I actually had, and I was reluctant to go on that. Everybody years ago it wasn't Facebook and this and that and that and this. Who's going to do all that? But then they realized. I said, I need to learn how to do this. Just like when the computers came out, and I don't know when it was in 1987. In 1987, might have been 86. In 1986 was the first time I actually touched a computer. In 1980, read my bio. In 1986, I learned how to use a computer. In 1986, I was about 16 years old, and I went to a learning type of academy to teach you how to use a computer. Because I just I didn't I was just like everybody else. I didn't want to. I was like, what's that? I don't know how to do that. I don't know that. But then all of a sudden they started having all these classes to teach people how to use. That's when they were like these big beige computers, and I said, I can do this. And everybody would see me. I would just be dead serious. How do you do that? What is that? And what do you call these? Same thing with billing and coding. That's what you have to do. Okay, YouTube has resources that you can find that will help you with any type of test. Okay, there's something on YouTube for everybody. Okay, I would prefer to open myself to all platforms. Y'all know that I do the Twitch, I do the TikTok, I do the so and so, but it's just a little bit more that you probably can do on the YouTube, as far as a teaching education aspect. Okay, as far as the teaching education aspect, because we can spend hours on YouTube teaching. Okay, I know I gotta go, but make sure you guys do chapter 4 and chapter 5. Okay, chapter 4 and chapter 5, y'all start studying that. In your step by step, I think is enough in your step by step that I gave you, that you can do the surgical section and integumentary system. So start reading that. I'm not sure what time I'm going to hit back on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be around 3 o'clock. I'm going to put the same thumbnail out there. It's just going to say class 2. Okay, it's going to say class 2. If you don't have index cards, get some. If you don't have these containers, get some. Okay. If you are in a billing and coding class already, come to my class. Okay, get out of it as much as you can. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. I have to go. I'm going to repost this thumbnail and we're going to take it from there. Okay, but for now